Now, Anthony O'Neill, a large content creator in the personal finance niche who was formerly a part of Dave Ramsey's network, did a collaboration with Teri, which for the most part co-signed her credibility, given that he has an affiliate link to her course in the description of all of the videos he made with her. Now, I will applaud Anthony O'Neill for saying the following.
So I have not been a fan of single stocks because studies show that nearly 78% of the people who invest in single stocks tend to lose it. I do believe people tend to lose it because they have the lack of education.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to get you on the show. Because I do believe, however, after you do what I teach, okay, go ahead and get out of debt, get a fully funded emergency fund, and invest 15% of your money into a solid foundation, utilizing and taking advantage of your company matches on 401ks, taking the opportunity to get into an IRA. And so instead of for you going out here buying, the latest and greatest stuff, if you have some leisure money, instead of you doing it on a Gucci backpack, taking that $3,000, okay, you can come over here and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you want to do like cryptocurrency or whatever, I don't care. I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do Bitcoin. I mean, I've never done single stocks either.
Don't ever, Shamba, lend me your ear, compromise your personal finance in the hopes of future business or investment profits.
Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk, you gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is. Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk, you gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
This is why on a $1,000 credit card limit, I highly suggest people never use more than $200 at a given time. If you have a large purchase, let's say it's $800, you transfer money to pay towards that credit card the same day, right? But otherwise, if you see your balance is at $250 or $210, before you use that credit card again, you pay it off or pay it down to like $50 or $100 and then use your credit card again. Having your own self-imposed credit card limit prevents you from over-leveraging yourself and getting into credit card debt. Shombo?
Why are you laughing for? What, Chris, why are you laughing for? Why are you laughing for? I'm being serious. No, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts and maybes. I do absolutes.
Teri goes on to describe day trading as...
And you got your fully funded, 15% over there. I'm curious to learn more about it.
Yeah.
So exactly, help my tribe out.
Okay.
What exactly is day trading?
So the basics. So in high school, I ran a candy store.
Okay.
And I would buy blow pops
Okay.
at wholesale, like at Costco, for like 10 cents.
Okay.
Then I would go to school and I would sell them for 25 cents.
Okay.
Right? Bought low, sold high.
Bought low, sold high.
Yes.
Okay.
Literally, that's the same thing that I'm doing with stocks.
Okay.
So like right now on this $1 million trade, I bought Amazon low.
Okay.
It moved up $100. I'm gonna sell it high.
Oh.
Literally the same thing.
So for an example, if you bought Amazon at $100 and let's say it's worth $200, you're selling it at $200, but you bought it at $100.
Yes, and I get to make the difference.
Okay.
So that's
All right.
like literally what's happening.
Okay.
Now then the question becomes, okay, Terry, well, how do you know what price is good to buy it? That's when you do more things like you look at charts and look at past stock price movement. And then that's where I can know, okay, this is a place where big banks are buying.
Yeah.
And I can see, okay, Morgan Stanley is buying 1 million shares at $100. That's where I need to be. Or Goldman Sachs is selling at $200. That's where I need to sell.
Okay.
So like that's the behind the scenes, but literally it's just you're buying it at a certain price and then selling it at a higher price to make money.
Basically the equivalent of Amazon FBA or Shopify dropshipping, where you buy a product at a wholesale price, or in this case, a stock for cheap, and sell it at a higher price later on. You buy stocks with the hopes of taking advantage of small fluctuations in the stock market. Teri goes on to say that you should invest or spend money on getting educated in the stock market.
People start with $2,000.
Yes.
Okay, and I need you to be real, my people.
Yep.
Because I'm a check if you don't.
Again, okay.
I only can talk to Terry, that's my girl.
So the $2,000, let's go back to that.
Okay, $2,000. If they have that investment,
What do they
two
do?
questions: what do they do, and is there a strong possibility that they can lose all of it?
Great. Okay, so let's start first with what do they do?
Yes.
So honestly, what I would tell them to do is first get educated.
Yep.
Like spend some money on getting educated, because what'll happen is, and this may sound cliche,
Okay.
but what will happen is people will jump into Robinhood account or whatever account and they have no education and they'll try to figure it out on their own, and then they'll lose $2,000
Yeah.
and they could have just used that on the front end to learn what to do.
Yes.
So I actually think when you first start, first investment should be some education around how to invest
Yes.
correctly.
First of all, full stop, arrête.
I'm calling you out. I'm so sick of these people. You know, oh!
You'll need $4,500 after spending $2,500 on her non-VIP trade and travel program. To be honest, to be frank with y'all, when you look, I wouldn't spend more than $500 on any unlicensed guru online. Straight up. $500 is the max. Especially if their firm or company wouldn't be at risk if they gave you bad advice. I mean, the industry of course selling isn't really regulated. So like once they get you to buy their course or whatever, the risk is all on you now. They've done their job. They've marketed to you. Now it's just on you to live up to the other income claims and testimonials that she has had. It's one thing to be a viewer and watch content for free online. But if you are paying someone for investment or money-making advice who is not a fiduciary, then you are basically hustling backwards and gambling. Wealth Simple describes a fiduciary as a person or organization who, acting in the best interests of another person or organization, is charged with managing assets on behalf of that individual or organizational clients. A fiduciary, pay very close attention to this part right here, a fiduciary is ethically and likely legally bound to make recommendations that are in the best interests of those to whom they have a fiduciary obligation.
It's both to trading courses and to actual assets. There's a reason that you don't see financial advisors saying, guys, this stock is going to the moon. It's because they're heavily regulated, and that's incredibly unethical. And yet you can have people who made a cryptocurrency promote it as an incredible revolutionary investment opportunity that will make you a billionaire. And then, when you challenge them, it's not financial advice. This is just a social experiment, if you will. But guys, one that will make you a lot of money. Trust. But until we see more action, we are largely left to fend for ourselves. So if you see an opportunity that's being presented to you as life-changing, as something that will make you rich, that is very easy, very short-term, and could change your life, just ask yourself, why are they selling it to you? Why are they selling to you, say a YouTube viewer, instead of a higher net worth person with more money? Why to you and not a hedge fund that could pay millions, if not billions up front for a proven investing strategy or asset? Why sell you this thing up front instead of just agreeing to manage your money on your behalf and earning these returns themselves and earn a very sizable fee doing so over a long period of time? The answer, of course, is because they don't have a promised method for earning these returns. And in taking this approach where they sell you the asset, they sell you the course or whatever it is, they are transferring the risk of that thing not turning out as they said it would to you, the buyer. So of course they'll say whatever it takes to get you to buy that thing, because once you've taken it, they've made their money, they're done.
The legally part is a very noteworthy part of that definition. Ethically and legally obligated to make recommendations in the best interests of their clients. Very important aspect.
And then once they do that, the next thing is, okay, I want you to take $500 of it and put it into an account, like fund a brokerage account. That's step one. You have to open a brokerage account.
Okay.
A brokerage account is kind of like a checking account, but it's a checking account where you can actually invest in stocks.
Okay.
You know this, but just for anybody who doesn't.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So I actually don't think they should do the whole 2,000. Put 500 and then trade in a simulated account.
Okay.
Yep. It depends what broker you use, but I know TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, and a couple others, you can fund the account and then trade with fake money first.
Okay.
That's actually step one.
Okay.
As you're learning in whatever program, then practice with fake money until you become good.
Okay.
Again, we're trying to avoid the just try it out and then lose all your money. We're avoiding that.
Yo, this is where he capping, y'all, and I'm going to hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
So you're trading with the fake money.
Okay.
As you start seeing that your returns are increasing, then you can start putting the whole 2,000 into that account, and your goal is going to be to make on a regular basis, it doesn't have to be every day, but about 1% of your cash amount.
So 2,000 is $20.
Yes.
Okay.
But just think, if you're doing that each day, that's still $100 a week, $400 a month. That's 20% return, which is huge. That's bigger than somebody on here I know is going to be like, Terry, nobody can make 20% a month. My students are doing it. They're making $1,000 in a day.
Yeah.
Like, we know that they're doing it. But those small baby steps, like trying to just go for 1% return, is going to eventually start adding up to bigger amounts.
Okay.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So, if you invest $2,000 with Teri's trading methods, you'll get approximately a 1% return on your cash amount per day, which equates to about $20 per day. And the market is closed on weekends, so in a week, approximately $100 per week, utilizing Teri's secret trading methods.
Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
And ultimately, Teri's methods will garner you $400 per month on the initial $2,000 in your brokerage trading account.
So I guess for me, my biggest fear is they take that 2,000 and let's just say put it in there after you get the education, which I believe you do provide the best education. I've seen your course. I respect your course. Can my people lose their money?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I'm just being honest.
I appreciate you for being honest.
Every investment, there's also a risk.
Absolutely.
So one of the big parts of my course is like the whole week 2.
Okay.
Like you get in first, I get you started, but then week 2, we're talking about risk management.
Okay.
So there is a big like plan in order to protect yourself from losing.
Okay.
One of those things is called a stop loss order.
Okay.
A stop loss is literally, it's an order type where if the stock starts falling, it'll take you out of the trade.
Okay.
So you can dictate how much you are going to lose. And I think that's where people get scared. They think they're just going to lose the whole 2,000. But if I put a stop loss in that says if I lose 100, take me out, the max I can lose is 100.
Oh.
But most people don't know that's available, that exists.
Ah.
So there are ways to protect your investment. Also, even before you get into the trade, you should be calculating your reward to risk ratio.
So not your risk to reward. You start off with rewards to risk.
See, I ain't no certified financial planner, so I'm gonna let the professionals handle this one. Run the tape, man, run the tape.
I wouldn't recommend that. The nice thing about investing with professionals is there's a lot of regulations there to protect people for that specific reason, right? So, going to a bank for investment advice isn't sexy. And you're not going to go and get, plus 20% return.
Right. That's the problem.
Year.
People.
So, going to a bank for investment advice isn't sexy. And you're not going to go and get, plus 20% return.
Right. That's the problem.
Year.
People
want, hey, this guy down the street's promising me 50% a year, 100%, 200% a year.
Exactly. But when they promise these returns, they also don't follow the right avenues to give you those returns, right? Like the people who say they can make you 1% a day or these crazy returns, they tend to do so through a course.
But from my understanding, with her secret trading strategies, she'd make more money, substantially more money, managing the brokerage accounts of students and taking a percentage of the long-term profit as opposed to just taking a flat upfront fee.
Or through something. They're not actually going through the proper avenues to invest your money on your behalf. Like if these people really had a method for making these crazy sums of money, what they would do is they would register a business. They would go through the proper avenues and say, hey, like I have this perfect mechanism for making money. I'm going to do it for people through a legitimate business. And I guarantee the money made through that versus courses would be tenfold because you would attract clients. And the more money you manage, the more you would take away as a fee for managing their money and making it grow by such a large amount. So
right. I mean, there's funds opening up all the time and attracting new investors with great returns. And if you could even show a 3-year track record of really crushing the market, your ability to get funds goes to the roof.
Of course. Yeah. And when you go through that route, but the reason why they don't obviously is because they don't have they can't do it. They don't have that method that proves that proven track record. And sometimes they are doing, misleading marketing that if they had a legitimate business, it wouldn't stand. Like my company as a fund manager can't go out and start, posing in front of Lamborghinis and private jets and say, we'll invest your money and this will all be yours. Like we would be sued in 2 seconds. But when you're only selling a course that technically doesn't guarantee anything, you have all the right disclaimers. You say, oh yeah, like you'll get all this. But in the fine print, you see, no guaranteed returns. They're not actually an advisor. Any investment decision you make is your own responsibility and not theirs. Like they're not really taking any, like their words are cheap.
How 10,000 a week, not 10,000 a month. People are joining and making their 2,997 back in the first day. You can hire the best in the world. We are some of the best traders in the world. In the end, it's only results that matter. Nothing else matters.
Oh no, is he talking about day trading? What is he talking about?
Basically, yes. Day trading. And you'll see those are all the comments people were talking about their negative experience with his War Room Trading Academy.
All right, I say this so many times. And this is just going to be about 1 million and one time saying this because people they can't get this in their head. Listen, people. Most professional day traders lose money. Okay? Understand what day trading is. Day trading is you trying to get inside the minds of other people. You don't actually care about the fundamentals of the company. You're not actually looking at the financial statements of the company. You're trying to guess what other people are going to feel about a company on any given day. I know there's people online who will show you all these charts and these candlesticks, and at the end of the day, you're still basically gambling. And you're doing this part-time. This isn't your professional job. There are people who all they do is stare at charts 24/7. Been doing it for years. And most of them lose money. What are the odds that you, a person who works a regular 9 to 5, that a couple of hours of YouTube every day is going to give you the information that you need to be able to beat the market and to get a return that's higher than a simple index fund? Stop wasting your time and your money trying to get rich day trading.
And
it's not going to happen to you.
And the worst of all would be to utilize a loan or a business or credit card debt in the hopes of investing in this shit, right? So not only would you be down, let's say $1,000, but you're also not paying interest on said $1,000 you are now, and it's affecting your credit score. So
no, you don't go.
Back all the time that I've wasted, I wasted some time, but time it takes patience. Take time to different locations. Belfast kid, we don't talk to no stations. Sweet one till I move in rotation. Move with my team, can't move to complacent. Broke when I lived in the ends, become complacent. Toast to the ones that all said we won't make it. Life for the party when we step in, standard. 3 girls on me at the moment, hat trick. All my brothers living like kings, like fantastic. Can't be the only one winning, that's me lacking. I get love in my city, I'm rated. You ain't loved in your city, too basic. I don't care about a hair, been hated. Sipping on a